Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and we're going to be doing Boeuf bourguignon, which is a classic French dish which I grew up with. So this one is a bit longer than the other times. I've already prepared all the vegetables because this took me a half hour together with the potatoes that are now boiling that I've cut into pieces. HelloFresh forgot to provide me with a garlic clove, so I don't really know what to do. But I do have some garlic like spice mix, so I put some of that with the potatoes instead. And so they say that, well, we should cook up the peeled potatoes that are put into small pieces and cook them 10 to 11 minutes until it is soft. And these are like baking potatoes, so it's not the same kinds of potatoes as I usually do. At the moment, I don't know if I can't seem to pick anyone up. Okay, it seems to be soft, so we'll turn down the heat and see what happens. Okay, so I've drained the water, and so we're going to put in some, sorry, we're taking off the heating. We're going to put some salt and some milk in there, and that way we're going to smash it all up. Okay, so to be honest, I don't have a potato masher. I'm having a hard day, which is why I basically was watching video essays on YouTube while I was cutting up the vegetables. But I can't really watch and film at the same time. So I'm going to keep on mashing while I'm doing the mushrooms. And I think that I'll probably put some, well, I'll probably put some more butter in it, actually. Because this recipe doesn't ask you to put butter in this, but it's like, I think you would use with some butter to make it more creamy. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to be doing the mushroom. They tell me to just use half the package, but like, what am I going to do with the rest of the package? So we're just going to cook it all at the same time. It tells us to heat up the pan with some butter. And I don't have any butter, I only have vegetarian butter. And here we just put bloop. Okay, good. Now let's put some like that around. Okay. Mid-heat. Now we're going to put these in there and put it 3-4 minutes or until brown. So I'm just going to put enough so that it fills the pan, and then I can eat the other parts raw as a snack. As a snack for doing such a great job and fighting every day. Because that's what we're doing, right, guys? I just, wow. My supervisor wasn't at work today, and I'd forgotten that she'd gone on holiday, so I was kind of sad because I really need her. I need her. What am I going to do without her? I'm so dependent on this one person. But she really has been important to me, and right now when I'm in such a difficult position, then suddenly people expect me to take her place. And I couldn't really do that at work. So, you know, they ask me all sorts of questions like, "Oh, what would your supervisor do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not my supervisor. I don't have the experience that she has." So yeah, that's all I have to say on that subject. But it did make my day kind of difficult. Okay, so while I'm talking to you guys, I'm mashing up the potatoes in this in the pot, and it's actually going a little bit easier now that I put some butter in there. So yes, this is going to go over the calorie count that they expect me to do, but you know, what else can I do? You know, at this point, I'm just going to be okay. So the mushrooms are going in there. I'm just going to see if we can move the phone to another place. Okay, so guys, I just found a little typo here. It says vitlöksflörter instead of vitlöksurter. They added an extra F. And flirt with it means flirt. So it's a garlic that flirts. So that is keeping me happy while I'm doing this god-awful cooking. I was also thinking of Vandal Pete's no SC, lack of SC, making it impossible to enjoy nature as an INFP. It was really funny. I do realize that like this cooking experience, it doesn't just help with my SI, it helps with my SE as well. Because there is a lot of tactile stuff with cooking, like, you know, oh, now I smell that the mushrooms are getting brown, you know, and I can see it. That's quite nice to see, like, things happening. I'm not very good at catching things when they fall or if things start overboiling, but, you know, I'm trying. Okay, so now that's gone approximately 3 minutes. We're going to add the vitlöksflörter, which the garlic flirts. Oh, we're just going to add the whole package. They say that you're supposed to do it in 30 seconds like this until it smells good, but it already smells very much good. I think that maybe this deserves a little bit of this spice. Since they did not provide me with a garlic, I'm going to add some garlic spice in there. It makes it kind of green, but that's okay. Okay, and obviously mushroom really gets condensated once it's like the amount you put into a pan is never the amount that you get at the end. But yeah, that's that's pretty much how that goes every time. Nothing to be stressed out about, Ingrid. This greenish, it feels like I'm in the forest and like I've just taken off the moss from the mushroom, which I don't know if that's gross or if that's kind of satisfying. Okay, there we go. And then they say put some salt and some pepper and then take it out to a bowl. Okay, so here are the mushrooms, and they tell us that we're going to reuse the same pan, but we're going to put some olive oil in it. So we're not going to like clean out all of the yummy paste that's in here. We're going to reuse it for the rest of the vegetables. So I've been eating some of these just raw. It's quite good. So what we're going to do is we're going to reheat that pan. It's still warm, to be honest. And then we're going to put it. We're going to put all of this into there. I'm going to have to take some stuff off of it because there's this. There we go. Okay, here goes. We're going to put all this in there. Oops. That's the problem of having a hole in the in the cutting board, is that all the vegetables fall through that. Okay, well, so I got some onion that's just on the side here. Okay, now we're going to turn on the heat again because I was a bit stressed out by the noise that the pan made. It was too hot, basically. Okay, there we go. Oh no, I have a little piece of... Okay, good. So while that is cooking, so it says that to do that in 2-3 minutes. And during that time, we're going to keep mashing the potatoes. The more mashed, the better. And we can start thinking about taking out the pulled beef, because that's been in the refrigerator this whole time. And there's a red wine sauce that comes with this, and a soy sauce, which, like, I didn't know was in the recipe, but okay. And a chicken stock and water. And then we're supposed to put this under a cover. Put the pan under a cover, but I don't have a cover, so it will just be a plastic plate, basically. It's worked before, so I'm going to try that again. Okay, so I got the pulled pork out from the refrigerator. And we're going to open this, and we're going to put everything in there, basically. I should probably use some scissors. Let's see. Wow, that was hard to open. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to be using the sauce that's inside this package, and we're going to be using a ton of other sauces. So get ready for the sauce fest. Okay. Ugh. There we go. We will put this into like little pieces later on. That is just lard, so we're not going to eat that. I know that as a kid, the meat, like they would use the really cheapy meat, and we would basically be happy for it, because that meant that we were well fed. No, but like, I didn't like the consistency. Okay, this will have to like warm up a little bit before I can put the rest of the mixtures, but let's just find all the mixtures first. So this is the red wine sauce, and that is the soy sauce. So let's put the red wine sauce. That sounds like some sophisticated stuff, which is always nice to have some sophistication in our lives. Okay. Oh, yes. That is some nice sauce. I mean, obviously it's red wine, but it's very difficult to make sauces. My dad, he had it in his head that during Christmas he was going to make all the sauces for all of these Picard ready-made meals, but they're not ready-made because they want you to make a sauce. And it's like, well, what's the point then? Either get it ready-made or don't. But don't just like buy these things and then like you have to. I don't know if I'm supposed to put the whole thing in there, but like I don't care. this stuff has to go because I can't measure these sauces, especially the soy sauce that is like basically squirting out. Okay, so soy sauce. And there we go. Then we've got the chicken bouillon. I hope that this tastes better than what I ate at school. I mean, that's my hope at least. Okay. Chicken stock. I don't understand why they would be chicken stock if you're like making... I mean, there are several things that are kind of wrong with this recipe, because like, why would this French recipe have soy sauce, first of all? And also, why would it have chicken stock when it's like not made out of chicken? You know, it's made out of beef. It's a boeuf bourguignon. Like, I don't know how to cook food, but I am French anyway, so I do have my feelings. Okay, then they want us to put tomato puree, and it's that same tomato puree that I never managed to open, but here we are opening it right now, and they tell us to use half of the package, but basically I'll just pour it up because we like tomatoes. We do like tomatoes. Okay, there we go. Good. Okay, because what else am I going to do with this tomato paste? Because I'm not going to be doing any more. I'm not going to be doing any more cooking for the rest of the week. I'm done with cooking. This is too much. Okay, there we go. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, now we'll at a certain point we'll have to smash this up, right? So now it's at least a little softer. I remember that when I was little, I would always want to have the parts that looked most like a cube. I didn't want the long, stringy kinds of this. I only wanted like the chunks. Unfortunately, the chunks were often the ones that had the cartilage and the fat in it. But I wanted like, you know, a cube that did not have any fat, that was like pure meat. And I would search for that one piece of meat, because we'd be served, like we would have these like boxes, like these dishes delivered to each table. So, and each table was a table of 6. And so you would serve yourself from this big communal dish. But I would get, so I would look in there, because a lot of kids just wouldn't eat the food, and I would just eat, you know. I was a hungry little girl. Not that it was a bad thing, you know, it's good to, because I was always very small until I grew. When I was like in my teenage years, that's when I grew. I was always the smallest girl in the class before then. So everybody was like feeling sorry for me for not being big like other people. So they would be like, oh yeah, take my food, you know. So that's how I grew to appreciate this dish, because somehow a lot of people did not like it. I mean, a lot of people did not like school food just because it was school food. But I guess that their parents cooked better food than my parents, so to me it was like, wow, this was luxury. And it was. I mean, my parents were paying like €5 for each of my school meals, which a lot of people can't buy. But that was because they were earning money, and it was by your salary. Okay, so now that is all done. We need to add the water. Half a deciliter, whatever that means. Okay, good. And it should kind of look like it's swimming in there. So it is. And now we're going to put the cover on it. And the cover in this case is just a plate. And this is my London plate. So there we go. We're going to put it like that. And we're going to add the heat. So that's a little bit. And then it says put that under heat for 10 to 12 minutes. So we don't have much to do. So I'm just going to put the video on pause for a little bit. But I'm going to let you hear how it's puttering there underneath. The only step left is to put the parsley, which we have here, and to put that together with the mushrooms, and to put that together with the meat, and then together with the potatoes. So we're going to like just take care of the parsley during that time, and we don't need that much parsley, but just a little bit. It's quite soothing to have the puttering in the background. As long as it doesn't like blow up on me, which it is quite certain to do. There we go, there's the parsley. And we're just going to cut it into pieces. Okay, there we go. Well, okay, I think that there have gone approximately 5-7 minutes. I don't know exactly. But I've had to change the position of the plate, that's the cover, a few times because it will splatter off into the ends over there like that, which isn't optimal. But I think that I am ready to like just check how things are going. But let's turn off the heat a little bit first. Okay, wow. I had to take it with my oven mitt because the plate was way too warm. What they tell us to do is to like shred this so that the sauce will get more into it. And it tells you to use 2 forks, which is a smart idea. But it does make me sad to need to peel these big chunks apart. But I don't want to have uncooked meat, so it is true that we should probably make it a little bit more like pulled meat kind of effect. Also, we want to add the mushrooms once everything is a little bit more homogeneous, basically, where there isn't like just big chunks of meat and then like no vegetable. Because at the moment it seems like the meat is kind of red, and so we need to make sure that it's not red, basically. So I think that it needs to cook like this more, but I'm not putting the cover back on. So we're going to just put the heat back up, mush this a little bit together, and hope for the best. I do want to give a little bit of French history. Bourgogne is an actual region of France, and it's a beautiful place. I've been there. People in France think that I'm from Bourgogne because I roll my R's, and that's quite kind of a nice compliment because I don't know why I roll my R's. I mean, that I didn't pick that up from any language really, and it's a big sin to be an American in the US, so I'm definitely not American in France. They don't accept Americans, so and I can't say that I got it because I'm Swedish. So I'm like, yeah, of course, I'm from Bourgogne, of course. It's mostly older people though that say that because they can still recognize the regional dialects. France is doesn't have a lot of dialects because it's been such a unified language for so long. Okay, I think that this is just about ready, so we're going to serve it up, and I'm going to add the mushrooms and serve it up on a plate for you guys. So here's the final product, and here I've got the mushrooms, and this actually tasted pretty good, so yeah. I feel very French. Vive la France!